A History of Southern Missouri and Northern Arkansas by William Monks. Published in 1907. Uncle Tommy and His Crutches. Number 40. I will relate an incident which occurred during the fight. Old Uncle Tommy Howell, as he was familiarly known, resided just below the town spring, a short distance from the road. He had a sister living with him who was an old maid and was known as Aunt Polly. Howell, being one among the early settlers of Howell Valley, had taken an active part in organizing Howell County, which took its name from him, and he had been once representative of the county. The author heard him relate the circumstance in a speech delivered in West Plains after the war was over. He said when the fight came up that he was sitting on his front porch. All at once he heard firing commence, and heard horses feed, and saw the rebel pickets coming on full gallop horseback, with the Federals close onto them with pistols in hand, firing on them. He had been afflicted with rheumatism for years, and one of his legs was drawn crooked, and he hadn't attempted to walk without a crutch for several years. When he saw the men coming and the others shooting at them, he supposed that every shot was killing a man. He said they came right by his door, and he never became excited while they were passing. As soon as they got near the courthouse, they then made a stand where it appeared to him that there were thousands of shots being exchanged every minute. They had all passed his house, and he was sitting there unmolested when his sister, who was known as Aunt Polly, ran out on the porch and cried out at the top of her voice, "Lord a massy, Uncle Tommy, run for your life. You have been a public man, and they will kill you sure." He said it so excited him that he sprang to his feet. All below his house the valley was covered with hazel brush, and snow was lying on the ground. He first looked toward where the firing was going on and said, "My God, they certainly have got them very near all killed in this time." For he was under the impression that every shot killed a man. He started southwest from his house, ran about a quarter of a mile, jumped over behind a log. He had hardly gotten still when he imagined he heard the horses' feet of the Federals in pursuit of him. He raised up and looked, could not see any person, so ran about another quarter, jumped over behind another log, and as soon as he got still, the first thought came into his mind that they were still in pursuit, for he could hear the horses' feet. But on reflecting a moment, he found that it was his heart beating. He said he could still hear the firing, and he thought they intended to kill them all before they quit. He had a son-in-law by the name of Hardin Brown, living on the Warm Fork of Spring River, about 20 miles distant, and he started on foot and never stopped traveling until he reached his house. On reaching the house, his daughter asked him how in the name of God he ever got there without his crutches. He said that was the first time that he had thought of his crutches. He began to notice his legs, and the crooked leg was just as straight as the well leg. He said that it completely cured him of his rheumatism, and he had the use of that leg just the same as he ever did the other leg, and never used a crutch afterwards. After the war, he removed to Oregon County and was elected to the legislature, and died a member of the legislature.